Did you ever wonder how we all got here? On Earth, I mean. My father likes the myth of the Pawnee Indians, who say the star deities populate the world. Evening Star and Morning Star hooked up and gave birth to the first female. The first boy came from the sun and the moon. Humans rode in on the back of a tornado. The really amazing thing about all this is that no matter what you believe, it all took some doing to get from a point of nothing to a point where all the right neurons fire and pop so that we can make decisions. More amazing is even though that becomes second nature, we all still manage to screw it up. In life, we try to do what's best for our family, even if it means making sacrifices. We are also faced with grief, which comes in many different shapes and forms. With our grief comes guilt. Guilt that can overpower a person's mind. Anna is faced with not only making mental sacrifices for her sister Kate, but physical as well, in My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. My parents try to make things normal, but that's a relative term. The truth is, I was never really a kid. To be honest, neither were Kate. I guess maybe she had her moment in the sun for the 4 years she was alive before she got diagnosed, but other than that, we've been too busy looking over our shoulder trying to run headlong to growing up. I mean, how could I when we practiced a place at the dinner table for death? Kate has acute promyelocytic leukemia, granulocyte, Korsakoff, and molecular relapse. These words are a part of my vocabulary, even though I'll never find them in any SAT. I'm an allogeneic donor, a perfect sibling match. So whenever Kate needs leukocytes or stem cells or bone marrow into fooling her body into thinking it's healthy, I'm the one who provides them. Nearly every time Kate's hospitalized, I wind up there too. As I'm coming up the stairs, my mother comes out of her room. Just the girl I want to see. You look tired. Did you hear that? Hear what? Kate! I didn't hear anything. But she doesn't take my word for it. Because when it comes to Kate, she doesn't take anyone's word for it. She marches up the stairs to find my sister, hysterical on her bed. And just like that, our world collapsed again. My father, a closet astronomer, has tried to explain black holes to me. How they are so heavy they absorb everything, even light right through their center. Moments like these are the same kind of vacuum that, no matter what you cling to, you wind up being sucked in. Kate! Honey, what hurts? My sister has a pillow clenched to her stomach. Tears are streaming down her face. I stand frozen in my doorway waiting for instructions. Call Daddy, call 911, call Dr. Chance. It's Preston! He's leaving Serena for good. That's when we notice the TV. On the screen, a blonde hottie is giving a longing look to a woman crying, almost as hard as my sister. Then he slams the door. But what hurts? Oh my gosh, do you have any idea how much Serena and Preston been through? Do you? That fist inside me relaxed, now that I knew everything was okay. Normal in our house is like a blanket too short for a bed. Sometimes it covers you just fine, and other times it leaves you cold and shaken. Worst part about it, you never know which of the two is going to be. Are you sure nothing hurts? After my mother leaves, Kate sinks a little. That's the only way to describe it. How fast the color drains from her face, how she disappears against the pillows. As she gets sicker, she fades a little more. Until I'm afraid one day I'll wake up and not be able to see her at all. Move, you're blocking the picture. So I go to sit in my own bed. It's only the coming attractions. Well, if I die tonight, I want to know what I'm missing. When Kate was born, I used to imagine how beautiful she would be on her wedding day. Then she was diagnosed with APL, and instead, I picture her walking across the stage to get her high school diploma. When she relapsed, all this went out the window. And instead, I picture her making it to her 5th birthday party. Nowadays, I don't have expectations. That way she beats them all. Kate is going to die. It took me a long time to be able to say that. I mean, we're all going to die when you get down to it. But it's not supposed to be like this. It almost seems like a cheat that after all the years of defying the odds, it won't be the leukemia that kills her. Then again, Dr. Chance told us how it actually worked. How the body got tired from all the fighting. Little by little, pieces of it start to give up. In Kate's case, it was her kidneys. About 2 months ago, Kate was diagnosed with kidney failure. She got tired easily, lost a lot of weight, and retained water. She was put on dialysis to get rid of toxins zipping through her bloodstream. Then the dialysis stopped working. My mother came into our room when me and Kate were just hanging out. She had our father with her, which meant we're in for more of a heavy discussion than who left the Saint running by accident. I've been doing some reading on the internet. It turns out transplant of a typical organ is less difficult to recover from as bone marrow surgery. You can't exactly pick up a new kidney at Kmart. I know. It turns out you only need to match a couple of HLA proteins to be a kidney donor, not all 6. I called Dr. Chance to ask if I would be a potential donor. He said in normal cases I would. Normal cases? Which you're not. He thinks you're rejecting an organ from the general donor pool, just because your body been through so much. He won't recommend the procedures unless the kidneys come from Anna. That's invasive surgery for both of us. I started thinking about all this. Would it hurt? Can a person live with just one kidney? What if when I was like 70 wind up with kidney failure?